Hello and welcome to Bourbon Battles. I'm Joe.
I'm Chad.
You're bound and determined to knock the table over. Would that be funny for you?
It would be hilarious.
Stop. Before you get me all aggravated. Hey, hopefully you've been watching some of our videos. Last week we did Bullet and Ezra Brooks. Couple nice ones there, and going back you can see all kinds of stuff we did. Premise of this whole thing all along has been this is better than that. We drink them blind, and we've had some requests and some suggestions. So we're going to try something a little new today.
We are?
Yeah, did you know that?
No. I need a pair of sunglasses. I don't want those.
You want these?
Mm-mm.
You want these?
Mm-mm.
What do you want?
Nothing. Just
some Oakleys?
No.
Are you? Yeah, you look like an Oakley.
Mm-hmm.
So today what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the 10 best bourbons we think for the value. Not the cheapest.
The 10 best values for the money or the 10 best bourbons for the value?
Values for the money.
There you go.
Not the cheapest, and fairly readily available on the shelf. That was a criteria.
What about the best
this.
bang for your buck?
Bam! You just nailed it. That's the title of this video now. Bang for your buck bourbons. So, if you're out in Arizona or I don't know wherever you're from, and you don't have some of these.
What about an Arnolini?
East or west?
West.
They've got all this. Oh. So if you're one of these people that says, I can't get that where I'm from, sorry.
There'll be something on here.
We think that there's at least 5, 6, 7 bourbons on this list that pretty much everybody should be able to get. We know that there's a few here that are difficult to get in some regions. They're easy where we're at, so that's what we picked. So let's start going through. We didn't have any whiskey to drink. What's up with that?
I can't answer it. I didn't set this place up.
You want to spot us something?
Don't matter to me.
What do you want? Here, I got something for you to try.
No, I'm not into trying anything.
Yeah, you are.
All right.
Something I picked up in Kentucky the other day.
Okay.
An old Forester pick. This could have easily been on the list.
Is it good?
Well, there's one tried and true way to find out. It's called Bourbon for Breakfast from Merle's Whiskey Kitchen. Their pick. So anyway, we're going to go through these in no particular order. Bang for your buck bourbons. What do you think about that, bud? While Chad's milling that over.
That's warm, but that's huggy.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Put hair on your face. So let us know in the comments what you want to see in future battles, this against that, values in bourbon. Do you want to see any other top 10 list? We're looking at one now, 80 proofers, best in the 80s.
And we got Hoosier Juice coming.
Hoosier Juice, we're going to do that real soon, but did we decide that will not be MGP? Unless it's like a Remus or something.
Or it could be MGP and we could just make fun of everybody.
For liking it, not knowing what it is?
No, just for selling it like it's their own.
Oh, yeah, we can do all kinds of stuff. There's no rules. Well, whatever we say the rules are, right? Because we got the camera.
Is it a camera?
It's a phone, but we're real fancy, and a $20 tripod and that thing.
What?
And this thing. Oh, the lighting has gotten so much better. Hopefully the audio is better than this one. Chad hates the new lighting, but it's a really fancy professional Hollywood setup, wouldn't you say?
It's definitely Hollywood. I don't know if it's
professional. Look what that thing's hanging on. Irwin Quick Grip.
Perfect.
You want to? So, like I said, no particular order.
You go ahead and start, and then I'll go.
You want me to go first?
Yep.
Hey, if you've been watching us for very long, this will come as no surprise to you. Evan Williams Bottled and Bonded, 100 proof out of Heaven Hill. We can talk about price a little bit in this one since it's bang for your buck. It's a 15-ish, 15 to 20.
That is the cheapest one we have in the list.
Is it?
Yep.
So then this would be pretty close, right?
That'd be second, I think.
This would be right in there.
That'd be third, probably.
Yeah, this is not a budget list. This is what we think is a great whiskey for the money. For $15, that thing drinks like $100 whiskey.
This right here, in my opinion, and it's not going to be this way forever, so get it while you can. It is the best whiskey on the market.
Would you almost say get it while it's hot?
No.
You wouldn't say that?
No.
The whole Evan Williams line. There's a lot of people that actually prefer the 1783 or whatever it is to this because it's
they have a 1783. They have a 1783 small batch. They have a 1783
single barrel.
Single barrel. Yeah.
12-year. Do not sleep on anything in the Evan Williams line.
Well, people don't like it because it's not fancy and it's got a screw off top.
What if you put one of those stoppers on it, like in that Maker's Mark bottle with a unicorn?
Well,
you think it would go for more money? Well, you could Dremel tool the thing off and paint it like a thoroughbred, and then you'd get $100 on Facebooks.
Speaking better than S.
Yeah. Speaking of Facebooks, find us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikToks, all that stuff. No particular order. We go back and look at our videos. We've had this in several. Hey, you're up, Kip. What do you got? What's next?
Let's see.
In our top 10. Those two go together. You know that,
I know.
though.
Let's not do this one. Let's do this one. People are going to be upset because you can't get it everywhere.
Oh, I can't get it at my house.
Old Granddad 114 coming in from the Jimmy Beam.
What's the proof on that bad boy, you think?
I'm going to guess it's right around 114.
That's a high rye mash bill, right?
And if you guys saw a couple of our videos back, it is the same mash bill as Basil Hayden.
Proofed up. What's the age on that bad boy? Do you know off the top of your head?
I would say it's between 4 and 5, 6.
Yeah,
4.
that's what I was going to say.
Easy. You talking about me?
You're going to knock it over. I'd say it's 4 to 6 years old. If I had, is that Mike? Tell him we're busy. What is so important that you can't?
It's Mike.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
What's he need?
I can't answer that.
Sell somebody some whiskey?
No.
On the Facebooks?
No. But anyway, this is a high rye mash bill. It's good though. And it's really affordable if you can find it. It's still very affordable. I was just out west and found it everywhere. You can't really find it in Indiana.
Every once in a while.
Every once in a while. It's more I won't say allocated, but I think it is more allocated here. The rumor on the street is that it's going to disappear, but it's not going to disappear. It's just going to get rebranded, and they're going to charge more, and people are still going to buy
Call
it.
bookers and go on.
I don't know about that,
but if you look hard enough in Indiana, you'll find one.
Yeah.
So it's available.
It's very drinkable.
You know, I was at we went to a bar one night with a gentleman my wife works with, Gerard, from across the pond over in Ireland. Hopefully you're watching this, Gerard. Cheers. Drinking your pint
Nobody
of
cares.
Guinness. But he wanted to try a good American bourbon. That's what we had.
That's good.
Is it my turn?
Last time I checked.
Here we go. We'll just keep with the Jim Beam theme. Jim Beam single barrel. Coming in at 108 proof.
Most of them are between 106 and 110, I think.
Are they all a little different?
They're a little different, yeah.
All three of mine are 108.
Huh. Ain't that something?
They're not the same barrel. So anyway, these are also a little difficult to find. If you do some hunting around, you'll find one.
They're getting harder to find, yeah.
Much better than the older one, wouldn't you say? That was a lower proof?
Mm-mm.
You think it's the same?
They're just as good, I think.
Okay. This is. We've done a couple videos on this stuff, at least one that I can recall.
Mm-hmm.
And it beat either Rock Hill Farms or one of those, or Hancock Reserve, one of those two, I think. Either this beat it or it was a split decision. Great stuff coming out of the Jim Beam in Claremont, Kentucky, 108 proof. If you can find one, these things come in right around, what, $40?
Yeah.
Or less.
Or less.
Yeah, great stuff. There's some places, if you don't know where to get them in Indiana, shoot me a message. I'll give you a couple suggestions.
It's good, though.
It's fantastic.
Next one. This is going to be... I'm going to pick this one up because... and unfortunately, I still think this is probably sourced, but I don't know. 1843, David Nicholson from Lux Row. However...
Yeah, it almost certainly is sourced. Read this.
Yeah. I'm sure that it is because...
They haven't been open that long.
Right. So hopefully when Lux Row starts making this, they will be able to produce it the same as it's being produced now without charging an exorbitant amount more. I think like $22, $25 you can get a bottle of this, and it drinks as good as any weeder at 90 proof or 100 proof that I've ever had. I mean, I've blinded it against a bunch of high-end weeders, and it wins almost every time, in my opinion. So
they also have a David Nicholson Reserve that's a few dollars more, And it's safe to say we both prefer this, right?
I do. I prefer the white,
Yeah,
the 1843 over the Reserve.
I do as well.
And they both won awards.
Yeah, around here it's everywhere.
It is.
The bottle looks a little different now, but
yeah, because they've rebranded it. They've rebranded the bottle a little bit, but yeah, it's for the money. It's a good one if you like the wheat bourbon. It's a good one.
Delicious. Try it. Don't sleep on that. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Horsey alert. Horsies. Good value, bang for the buck. Horsies. Good old Buffalo Trace. Not coming in at what, 90 proof.
Yep.
Traditional bourbon. Run of the mill. Coming out of the Buffalo Trace distillery where they make Blantons and Pappy Van Winkles and Elmer T. Lee's and all that good stuff. This comes in at around $23.
Yeah, it's at least in Indiana, it's cheap. You can get it for less than 23.
And we know if you're in certain places, this is good. People are paying $70, $80 for this, and you can't buy it.
I will sell them all they want for $60. I just make somebody pay by the truckload.
And you can get handles,
right?
If they prefer,
right?
Yeah. Hey, if you're somewhere you can't get the old Buffalo horse, get a hold of us. No, but in all seriousness, this is just a good quality, 90 proof, cheap. You can mix it. You can drink it straight. You can drink it on ice. You can do whatever you want with it.
Yeah.
Put it in a pina colada, and it's good.
I don't know about that.
Don't do that.
I mean, however you like to drink it.
Hey,
but
I don't care how you drink
right.
it. If you like it in the pina coladas, drink it in the pina coladas.
That's right.
You know, we went back and forth with this, and in my mind, I think we both kind of did. There was another one that, you know, we battled JTS Brown, Bottled and Bond, you know, another good one, but ultimately this one won out. I think we both like it quite a bit out of the Buffalo Trace Sazerac family. Horsies, too. It's got Horsies.
Fact.
Horsey cousin.
Let's do this one.
Oh, yeah, one of the...
Elijah Craig Small Batch. Another one from Heaven Hill.
Don't get much better than that, does it?
It is, out of all the ones we've shown so far, I think it's the easiest to drink. It, I mean, it's hard. It's hard to top that for the price. It's $20 to $25 at the most, and it is everywhere. It is in every liquor store. It's in some gas stations. It's in some convenience stores. It's in some people's flea market sales. It's everywhere, and it's easily acquirable.
And if you buy it at Christmas time, you can get an old-fashioned mix with it or a pair of socks. Hey, now this is actually pretty good.
Hey, I know what you could do with the socks.
Put it in that Taylor can?
Yeah.
Do you have any?
Mm-mm.
Oh, shit. We're going to get some.
What do you have to cuss for?
Well, because I just got really excited. And we're going to do it at Christmas.
But I think the Elijah Craig Small Batch is exceptionally good, and it's traditional bourbon. I mean, they've been making it for a long time. And, you know, you'll hear all the stories about how Elijah Craig was a Baptist preacher who was the first person to invent bourbon. And I mean, maybe that's true, maybe it's not. I don't care.
He's not the father of bourbon, but okay.
The whiskey's good.
It's great.
Yeah.
And it's a great segue into other products they make.
It is.
Right? The toasted barrel. Look at that damn cork. We're going to do something about that. I just put that.
It's 120 degrees in here.
It's a good thing you got a bandana on to keep the sweat out of your eye.
I need a haircut.
Bad. The toasted barrel, the barrel proofs are fantastic.
Most of them, yes.
I have yet to find a bad one.
And there's a lot. They have just recently started releasing a lot of private select barrel proofs that are. Some of those are going to be better than any of the barrel proofs they've made in 5 years.
Yeah. Is it my turn?
Yep.
Are you going to save your favorite for last?
No, I already gave it.
Of the whole batch?
Yep.
We'll talk about that afterwards.
Okay.
So, if you're ever sitting around, my next pick coming in at 116.8 proof. This stuff will make you gobble. Wild Turkey Rare Breed out of Wild Turkey in down there in Kentucky. What town is that? Doesn't
It says right on the back of the bottle.
I don't have my glasses, bud. Lawrenceburg.
Mm-hmm.
Really cool distillery.
Right down the road from Four Roses.
Yeah. Right down there. A lot of times you see old Jimmy out there signing bottles and do all this stuff. For a batch proof, barrel proof, I guess. For a barrel proof whiskey, at what this thing comes in, it's gone up in price now.
Significantly.
A lot. So it's in the
And it's becoming harder and harder to find.
Supposedly that's only because of the glass.
Right.
Supply chain.
Of course, COVID.
19?
Yeah.
So, if you've never had Wild Turkey Rare Breed, it's fantastic.
It's good.
It's a good, traditional bourbon that is just fantastic. Highly recommended. Great deal. Great. And I think almost everybody would agree with that.
Yeah.
It would be on most people's lists. You're up.
Okay. Next one is another weeder, but it's a good weeder. Maker's 46 cast strength. A lot of people are anti-Maker's Mark. A lot of people are pro-Maker's Mark. My suggestion would be if you don't like regular Makers for whatever reason, and you can find a bottle of this, have you a pour of it. And just see what you think about it. The flavor is so much different and better than regular Makers, and it is just as easy to drink, I think, if not easier to drink than regular Makers, and you get it at a 15, 16, 17 more proof points. I mean, it does.
These are kind of all over the place on proof, right?
And it does cost more, but it's worth it, I think.
A little bit less than the private selects, obviously. Just a couple dollars. $5.
Depending on where you get it.
And the private selects, we decided not to do any store picks.
They're all over the board.
They could, you like those private selects?
Never had one.
I'll let you try one before you leave.
Okay.
This is fantastic stuff. Love it. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. Getting a lot of clanking going on. Well, I just poured a little bit in my glass here to have a toot of it. This stuff is out of this world. I wanted to hate it when it came out, or when I tried it for the first time. Jack Daniel's single barrel proof out of Jack Daniel's down there in Lynchburg, Tennessee. This particular one is 126 proof, but I'm sipping on it right now, and I don't think it drinks that hot. What's funny to me is I am not getting bananas as we speak, which sometimes I do, sometimes I don't.
You didn't get it on either one of them. So
Old Forester?
Yeah, I call nonsense on your bananas.
You think?
Mm-hmm.
Your bananas. There's bananas. You want to talk about why we don't do tasting notes in general?
No.
You don't want to talk about it?
No, but you can. You like to talk.
You don't?
Mm-mm.
I'll leave it alone, because they're stupid. I couldn't help it. Check this stuff out. Getting to be pretty hard to find, but I know of at least one place right now you could drive and get it by the pint. That's kind of what we're seeing more of in Indiana. I know other states it's everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are so lucky that you can find a store pick of this, the ones I've had are phenomenal. You like that pretty well, don't you?
Yeah.
You're up. Last one.
And it's when you're talking about barrel proof whiskey, it's way affordable compared to everything else.
Oh yeah. Now, would you say if you just started drinking whiskey and you're drinking a little Basil Hayden and a little bit of this, maybe you tried a little of that, a little of this, but Buffalo Trace, you just go out and get your bottle of these, take a big swig out of it?
Not more than once, I wouldn't think you would.
It's pretty hot. About like that little Forster we were drinking. But you're up. Last one. I went back and forth. These were not on my list. So Chad and I both came up with a list, and we kind of consolidated them and made some decisions. This wasn't on my list, and the more I thought about it, it should have been. Well,
this is a pair because they both come from the same place.
And you almost always see them together.
Yeah, so Rebel Cast Strength and Ezra Brooks. And this is Ezra Brooks' Distiller's Collection, but so is the Rebel. But Rebel has a cast strength, and Ezra Brooks also has a cast strength at this point. And I don't know how, they're both from Lux Row, so they're probably, I would think they're both still sourced, but I don't know. They've got to be really close to getting, this barrel was filled in 16, and this barrel was filled in 17.
So those are
Lux Row opened in 18, but there's later ones. There's Rebel cast strengths out there now that were barreled at least in 18. So I'm guessing that they're probably producing their own. They're probably producing their own now. Would be my guess, along with David Nicholson. For the money and for the availability, I think that you can't. That's a ride and that's a weeded. So you've got both your flavor profiles right there, and they are, I think they're under appreciated in the whiskey community.
For $100, you can add both of those to your collection.
Easy.
And have a nice higher proof wheater, a nice higher proof rye, and they're fantastic. Everybody's going to like these. Now, Josh, sorry, I know you commented on our last video that you're not a big fan of the Ezra Brooks and you had a bad experience with it. I told you to get a hold of me and you can have a sample out of that. I think you got a hold of a bad one. He bought a store pick from your buddy. So, yeah.
Which one?
I'll tell you later. So, that's it, guys. There was plenty of other stuff we could have put in there, right? This could have been a top 25, top 50 pretty easily. Well, that's kind of what we came up with collectively. It is worth saying, we both put these lists together and we had 6 in common before we just had to figure out what was left for the final 4. So, do what you want. We think these are all great values for the money. That'd be a great collection in and of itself, wouldn't you say? Anybody come over, drink whiskey, be happy.
It should be.
Yeah, it should be. So, hey, till next time, I want to remind everybody, don't be a bourbon butthole. Stop flipping the whiskey. Just share it with your buddies, right?
You don't have to tell me.
We don't like bourbon buttholes. Hey, what else do you got?
Well,
drink whiskey, drink it responsibly, drink it with your buddies, don't be a butthole, and what else?